Sports anime. In my opinion, totally underrated. And when I say underrated, I don't mean about the people who watch sports anime because they totally appreciate how good sports anime can be. It's people that refuse to watch sports anime because they think it won't be good enough for them or isn't worth their time. Typically people who only watch shonen or people who can't find love in real life and depend on romance anime to fill that gap for them. But we're not talking about them. Today is about which sports anime is truly the best. Also, disclaimer, sorry to all the Kuroko no basketball fans out there. During this time of recording, I've yet to watch Kuroko no Basket. I've heard it's super good, but for the sake of me not wanting to be biased or sound like an idiot, I will not be including Kuroko no Basket in this video. However, if I do ever get around to watching it, I will make a part 2, including the anime if this video does well. So let's dive into which sports anime are truly the best. Okay, so the animes we're going to be comparing today are Blue Lock, Aoashi, and Haikyuu. Starting with the anime that definitely has the most hype right now, Blue Lock. Compared to Aoashi and Haikyuu, Blue Lock definitely has a different narrative and plot compared to Haikyuu and Aoashi. In Haikyuu and Aoashi, teamwork and friendship are portrayed a lot in these shows. But in Blue Lock, it's every man for himself. See, it doesn't matter if you can't make friends or can't communicate with others because in Blue Lock, as long as you are strong, you survive. Simple as that. If you can't keep up, you're gone. So it's interesting in Blue Lock because we get to focus on all of the characters and how they try to level up and compete with each other when in Aoashi and Haikyuu, we only get to see the teammates of the main characters and how they try to get better as a team. Sure, sometimes we get to see characters try and own their skills and individual talents, but it's nothing like what happens in Blue Lock. Also, the characters' mindsets and ideologies in Blue Lock is what makes it so good. Each person has a weapon that makes them stick out. You have to own what makes you special. Once you realize your weapon isn't good enough, that's when you'll be out of the Blue Lock. No one sacrifices for the team in Blue Lock. It's basically a battle royale. Even when players teamed up, we saw this. It didn't matter when Baru was on a team with Isagi, they just tried to devalue each other the whole time and make one another back down. Blue Lock definitely has the potential to be number 1 on this list. With the matches I saw in the anime paired up with the crazy animation, in the next couple years, Blue Lock may be at the top of this list. And if I'm being honest, if I read the manga, it probably would be number 1. But we don't do that here. This is an anime-only environment, so I'm gonna have to put Blue Lock at number 2. Next up is Aoashi. Aoashi is way different from Blue Lock. Even though it's the same sport, it looks totally different when the matches are played out. In Aoashi, teamwork and combination play is included much more than individual skill and abilities. See, in both animes, the protagonists aren't the best at soccer. They're the best players in their area, but when it comes to the best of the best, their technique and skills seem to come up short. So in Aoashi, Aoi relies on his teammates much more than Isagi does. Now, I know that sounds weird since Isagi's weapon is his direct shot, and he relies on his teammates to pass him the ball. But Isagi uses his teammates rather than works with them. You see, Isagi will react based on what his teammates do. He watches their movements and then occupies space available to get his direct shot away. Sometimes he will even move a player into a spot where his teammate won't benefit, but he will. Again, with the all-for-one mentality. Aoi, on the other hand, will work with his teammates to create space. Aoi and Isagi both see the field really well. It's just Aoi communicates with his teammates during the play. He gives them instructions based on where he thinks the team will succeed the most and bases his plays on what his teammates are doing. But what's totally different from Isagi is that Isagi has that desire or that hunger to score. Aoi used to have that, but now that he's a defender, that hunger has kind of gone away and he mostly thinks what's best for the team rather than what's best for him. In my opinion, not facts, I think Isagi's ideology is better and more interesting compared to Aoi's. Sure, scoring goals is fun and winning as a team is fun, but it feels 10 times better when you score the goal or when you win your team the game. Also, the animation and side characters are so much better in Blue Lock compared to Aoashi, and the matches in Blue Lock are much more interesting as there's more competition between the players in Blue Lock than there is in Aoashi. So my final ranking for Aoashi is number 3. Okay, so the top of the list is definitely Haikyuu. I literally had no idea what volleyball was when I watched this anime. I think I even made fun of my friend for watching it. But after a couple episodes, I was hooked. Just like Blue Lock, Haikyuu makes the sport look so fun to play. After I watched Haikyuu, I think I played volleyball for 2 months straight. But the thing I love about Haikyuu is 1, the relationships between the characters and how exciting the matches are. You see, Haikyuu is the perfect mix of Aoashi and Blue Lock. Intense matches that are actually realistic. I mean, every single match has me on the edge of my seat. Whether it's an intense serve, a crazy receive, super fast attack, sneaky setter dump, bone-crushing spike, the possibilities are endless. And every single match comes down to the wire. You see, in Blue Lock, there's never been an official match. I haven't seen Isagi and his buddies play a full 90 minutes of 11v11. But right now, no sports anime can compete with Haikyuu and its intense matches. I mean, even the crowd gets into it. Inarizaki's band and cheer squad versus Karasuno's cheer squad and taiko drums felt like a battle in between the volleyball war. I mean, in all honesty, I could go on and on about how great Haikyuu is and how the matches in the anime are like no other, but I think I'll save it for another video where I rank the top 5 matches in Haikyuu. Anyways, without a doubt, Haikyuu takes the number 1 spot. So to recap, in first Haikyuu, second Blue Lock, and third Aoashi. I think that Blue Lock definitely has potential to be number 1, and since it looks like Haikyuu is going to mess up the ending with 2 super long and most likely rushed movies, I wouldn't be surprised if Blue Lock takes the number 1 spot. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching as we are on the road to 4,000 watch hours by the end of summer. Sorry if the audio recording sounded off as I'm currently out of town and my mic doesn't seem to be working that well. So I apologize for that, but as always, comment Haikyuu if you made it to the end of this video, and we're doing something different this time. I will shout you out in my next video if you comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.